And now, we bring you Under Dead Water Street with cast and crew. There was supposed to be way more pomp and circumstance to that, and I fucked it up. So I hope you guys are happy in the world of the internet. Welcome to the stream.
You are listening to the Judy Audio Wiki. Entry number 4, The Brain Teaser in the Frog. On October 27th, anecdotal evidence dates the live nationally broadcast game show Brain Teaser sometime in the 1970s when the host Alex Canby began speaking, seemingly a mutation of the North American green frog. They are an unearthly shade of blue. He addressed the camera and grow considerably larger than any of the common species. Frogs have been linked to a phenomenon resembling mass hypnosis occurring in residents of the behavior has since been blamed on exhaustion from a demanding schedule. Sometime in 1987, that he seemed to be responding to the uncommon interest in frogs. Some were seen carrying specimens around the town of Mudscott. Say a man can be seen briefly pulling from his jacket.
Of course they're frogs. What do they look like?
Within a month or so, a small group of locals began assembling in public, heard on the tape, their belligerent, cultish behavior earning them the name, the Cult of the Blue Frog. 1 month later, in an interview broadcast on WQZR radio, an unnamed crew member claims to have seen the events up close. They were known to harass passersby and sometimes chanted what seemed to be nonsense words.
All right, you folks need to move along now.
Ex-wrestler turned radio claims that this behavior was linked to the rocks centered several segments of his show, which the cult often carried with them, or laughed off by the police. Remains but several people who had known Judy Caterbeck, including a geologist and an audiologist, said that they had witnessed these effects firsthand.
The very unusual sonic properties of the rocks at Muskogean Marsh may have had a profound effect on the frogs and on humans.
Several arrests of cult members.
Who was, I guess, had alcohol problems throughout his...
To put it lightly, it's Bruce Robinson is the director, and it's a true story about his the last year of college when he graduated from acting school and had to go out and get a job, and they spent this one blowout summer of just getting fucked up.
Oh,
so it's very funny. It's like consuming every possible thing that they can.
Oh God.
And there's just so many quotable lines in this movie. It's just
I thought it was sort of like kind of sardonic humor, or I didn't, or maybe kind of black humor. Mm-hmm. I can't remember it as being like a typical comedy.
No, it's very situational. There are no gags. There are like no jokes.
I didn't think so.
It's just all the situations that happen to them that are hilarious. Like they go up to the country to what we need now is a vacation. So they go up to the country, and of course, because it's England, it's pouring rain when they get there, and they're on a farm, so it's knee deep in mud.
Yeah.
And there's a bullet wants to kill them, and they run out of food in the first night because they were too stupid to figure out that they had to bring food with them.
Oh God.
And like they're trying to wave down the farmer nearby, and Richard E. Grant is running drunkenly across this muddy field, going, "Hello, wait, we've gone on holiday by mistake." So it's full of just lines like that.
No, my only exposure to that would be My Year with Peter O'Toole. And that was
film?
Yeah.
I love Peter O'Toole.
Wait, I think it's something My Incredible Year or My Something Year or My...
I think you're right. I don't remember the other title, but it is, or the other word in the title, but it's loosely based on actual Peter O'Toole, as I recall.
Yeah. Oh, Peter O'Toole, was a very storied fellow. He also has as he used to say, I have the two most phallic names in the acting dictionary.
That's true.
Yeah.
But the movie is like about him and what is this, his agent? Amanda, is that right?
God, are you talking about? Well, we need to look that up. What My Something Year?
Yeah.
Peter O'Toole.
In effect, he this guy, it's sort of told through this other person's point of view, as he tries to get a very alcoholic, very near the bottom of the barrel Peter O'Toole, like through a filming of a thing or a performance of a thing, and like at the same time, it's really very touching because he also is trying to like get him to reconnect with his now estranged daughter as a result of his alcoholism. It's
yeah, it's
heavy.
called my favorite year.
My favorite year. There we go.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah.
that was about him. Holy shit.
My favorite year, 1982.
So
Yeah.
who plays him? Who plays Peter O'Toole?
Peter O'Toole.
Oh, so it's him. It's not about him.
Yeah. No. Well,
Oh.
both. It's very.
It's so it's holy shit. I did not know that was
Yeah.
about him. I remembered that was a thing. In fact, I must have seen it when it came out.
Yeah.
Is it an Australian film or a British film?
I thought it was
It might be
American because
sort
I
of
think it's
what-
set in New York, isn't it?
Yeah, I think I'm looking it up now. I mean, because I think I had started to watch it, and I don't think I saw the whole thing.
Wow, I gotta watch that.
1982.
Yeah. Who's the
My
director?
God, actually, the girl that I moved to Georgia for, of all things,
Mhm.
it was one of her favorite flicks, and so it was like the first film we watched when I moved here. I found a couch on Craigslist. No, that's not true because she never. Well, I did find a couch on Craigslist, but she never came to my apartment after I moved here. So was the thing.
That's perfect.
Oh.
Oh my word.
Come and get me, baby. I'm here.
Oh god, no, I did all the driving. Went up to Charlotte? No. Charleston. No. It's in North Carolina. Charlotte, North Carolina. Yeah. So I went up to Charlotte, North Carolina to visit her. And then like 8 months after, God, we're getting deep away from Mandible, Judy, and all things.
That's quite right.
Yeah. About 8 months into my move, and we'd been together for 18 months by the end of our relationship, but so 10 months then. I get a phone call from her that, and I shit you not, it goes exactly like this. She goes,
Dear John. No,
"Oh,
sorry.
just wait.
Yeah.
So we need to talk."
No,
And
I
went-
hate that.
And I went,
I hate
uh-huh.
that.
She goes, "I met someone else."
Oh
I
my
went,
God.
"Uh-huh. But it's not you, it's me. I'm just,
Oh my
I'm
God,
in a
just talk
thing."
this shit all the time.
Oh, dude, so
Oh,
just
God.
strung it one after the other, and I went, okay.
Yeah.
Now, the real comedy to this is that this is a guy that she met one night at a party, and then they never talked to each other again after a week. So
Oh my gosh.
that was a thing.
Well, my God.
We have weird walks of life. As it happens, I'm not remotely bitter about that because it brought me to Georgia, which set me on the path for the rest of my life. And
Isn't that funny how that things happen?
it's a weird way. Otherwise, I'd be stuck in the black hole that is Phoenix, Arizona.
Oh. Okay.
with all the crystal.
Not that I have with all the crystal meth. Not that I have any strong feelings about that city at all, or baggage for that matter. No baggage at all. I don't want to talk about it.
Is that where you grew up?
A bit. I'm all over the damn map. So I frequently, and man, we're getting into it. I will frequently talk about how.
Welcome to the Clayton Romero Show.
And how not tonight, our guest. No, I'll talk about how it was divorce that carried me all around the United States. Not my divorce, is my mom's divorce.
Yeah,
So
right.
it went
Oh,
from
okay.
I grew up in Chicago until I was about 12.
Mhm.
My social security number is this. No, you internet, stay the fuck off it. No, I went lived in Chicago, or actually a place called Schaumburg, really Streamwood, which is inside Schaumburg. Until I was 12, and then I moved from there to the foothills of Tennessee, in a little tiny town called Kodak, and then from there, when I was about 15, moved to Nashville. Actually, not Nashville, but above Nashville, in a tiny little town called Mitchellsville, wherein, to give you an indication of the size of said town, not only does it span across the Kentucky border, and so some houses in this town have two different addresses, one a Kentucky address, one a Tennessee address. But their firehouse, which, by the way, the entire town is just one like city square. Okay, their firehouse is like a bought it at Home Depot shed that they erected and then have their little truck inside. It's a fucking disaster. Lived there for a while, and then moved to Phoenix, where I lived until I was 18, I guess, and then I moved here to Georgia. There was a short stint I lived in Lincoln Center in New York as well, but yeah, it was a weird area. Welcome back, Glenn.
And he's got
Pong!
it.
And in comes the wine. Yeah, very, very peculiar. I really, at this point, I was having a conversation with somebody at a business thing the other day, and I was like, I really should just start saying that I'm a Georgian. I'm from Georgia. There's shame involved in that, though. I mean, I'm in Atlanta.
But you also have a
R.E.M. comes from Georgia.
Really a very neutral accent.
Well, yes.
I mean, it's almost it's to me. I'm so far just thinking about it and listening. I can't say you sound super Midwest or East Coast. Definitely not Southern.
No. You'll every so often, and it drives my wife up the wall. I'll have Canadian show up, and I've never lived anywhere remotely close to Canada, but I'll say a boot.
Huh.
Sorry.
How did that happen?
Sorry happens a lot. I don't know why. I've no idea. I've zero clue. But clearly, in a past life.
What's the capital city of the United States?
Washington, D.C.
Oh, okay. You didn't say Washington. At least.
Washington?
Oh.
No, that would be Pennsylvania for me. Washington,
Yeah.
Warshhouse.
That
Actually,
is,
if I want to go Tennessee, everything's a Warshhouse. Actually, I live right down the street from the Warshhouse. It was literally called the Warshhouse, where you paid a coin laundry and you put your coins in the washing machine. It was WAR apostrophe SH house.
wow.
And on account of I didn't finish high school, I don't know how to spell house, but you can spell it, right? Lived.
There's that doctor, right? Yeah.
There's that doctor right there. Lived next to a guy who, oh my God. So he.
You can tell us, Clayton.
I'm living.
It's okay.
Oh God, where's the doll? I'm living in Tennessee, and I'm 12 years old. And Stanley used to drive around on his riding lawnmower with a boombox, not unlike the one on Chris's shelf there.
Did you grow up in a David Lynch movie?
No, I did not. Some days. So on the back of his lawnmower, it wasn't like a big lawnmower. It was just a regular like John Deere riding lawnmower. He'd have a boombox, not unlike the one that's on Chris's shelf back there, blasting old school country. So it was all tape deck.
Nice.
And he had a 32-pack or a 64-pack or something like that of Natty Ice and a pack of bologna. And he'd just go around the place, right? He lived with his mom, and he was in his 50s at this point, I think. Lived with his mom and his sister.
It's the bologna that makes it.
Uh-huh. Lived with his mom and his sister.
Knows what he likes.
I get it. They had chickens, and I don't know how the fuck this happened, but their chickens all slept in their trees. Chickens don't fly. For people who don't know, chickens don't fly.
They can jump, sort of.
They can jump, and
Yeah.
you can throw them, and they can go up. But you'd walk by his place, and they would all be in the trees. And it never occurred to me that was bizarre until I was an adult, and I was like, chickens don't fly. How the fuck they get up there?
Yeah.
But so he was illiterate, never finished school. So we would, on occasion, he'd come over and he'd ask to have us fill out a work application for him. But proposed to my mom once upon a time, gave us jars of meat. But he had an accent that was so thick, my mom couldn't understand. And so when we were away at school, my youngest daughter, geez, I raised my sisters, if that's an indication of where that comes in. My youngest sister had to translate. It was 5 at the time. Had to translate for my mom. So
Wow.
the I don't know anyone who's been in Tennessee or lived with mimosa trees, but there are these trees that have these really pretty, like they almost look like ferns that are huge, but then they have these really pretty puffballs of like pink. They're like Dr. Seuss clearly designed this tree. Little puffballs of pink and purple and whatever else that are sitting off the things. My mom didn't know what the hell they were, and so she, once upon a time, while Stanley is standing there proposing marriage with a jar of bear meat, asks, "What is that tree?" You laugh. It's true. But it hands this jar over.
That conversation is like a scene from a film right there.
It 100% is.
Will you take my hand in holy? What is that tree over there?
No, so it was. You be my
Lovely old
wife.
tree.
And he had like 4 teeth in his head. I'm shit you not. I wish that I was exaggerating, but I'm really not. You be my wife. So because he's drunk the whole time. Gives her the jar. She
Oh, he didn't
asks,
have an accent. He's just drunk.
He's real drunk and also real thick accent. Gives her the jar of meat, and she goes, "What is that tree?" And he goes, "Oh, it's a mouse tree." And my mom looks down to my sister, and she goes, "It's mimosa tree." And we're like, "Oh, okay." Holy shit! But so that was how it was probably my introduction to accents. Was that right there?
So you got to work him into an episode of Garfield's
he's there's an episode. There's a chapter I'm writing right now about Mazzy, when Mazzy comes back to town, Snake Eater, and he comes across a gas station once upon a time that Stanley will be manning said gas station.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, it's you almost don't want to, because your audience is going to be like, what the fuck did he say? Meanwhile, everyone in Tennessee is like, oh, I know what he said. I understood every word. Y'all dumb. You city folk, you got problems. You understand diction.
You know, I had Tyler Jackson Price could not reprise his role as Frank Howard in season 3 of Mandible Judy because of other commitments. So I had to hire someone else, and I hired Gary Scales, which I will never regret, because the guy's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
He's really good. But he's got a very thick Tennessee accent, like a very thick accent, at least to my, Yankee ears. It sounds very
damn Yankees.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, you're supposed to be from Connecticut, and well, anyway, but it totally worked out. Didn't matter at all. At least
I can't.
To my ears, didn't matter.
I can't place a Connecticut accent.
There's not, it's sort of getting up there to like
Mid-Atlantic, right?
Yeah, kind of mid-Atlantic. It's not quite Maine. Maine is really clipped and weird.
What's a Maine accent like? I have no
idea. Just like I went up. I have a great story.
Foghorn Leghorn.
My favorite Maine accent story. I don't know why it's not anything to do with a Maine accent story, but you say it in a Maine accent. Is Mark Twain apparently was touring the U.S. and he played this place somewhere pretty far north in Maine, where there's a bunch of people who'd never heard of him, and it was a theater performance, and it was basically him reading, talking, being funny, whatever, literary, and afterwards he came out the back door of the place and he heard a couple of guys walking by that had just seen the performance, and one of them said, Mark Twain, fella's pretty funny. Yeah, any funnier I might have bust out laughing. But anyway, I'm not really doing it. It's more like it's kind of.
I guess you had to be there.
Chris, don't be an apologist. No one likes that. Just go with it.
For a Maine accent, I may have this wrong, but my interpretation of it is you gotta kind of take your mouth and do that. It's almost Jimmy Stewart. It's halfway to Jimmy Stewart, basically. She's at the library. What?
Lots of accent videos on YouTube. Tons.
Oh yeah.
The YouTube.
So, and I've been watching a lot of that stuff. So we could definitely learn.
We could find out. We could totally find out whether I'm wrong.
I think there should be an episode in the not too distant future where we each take on like we'll do an accent competition because accents are fun as shit.
That's hard.
And we have people judge us.
Mm.
We delegate a judge, and then we just go. Maybe I don't know if it's gonna be like a. Maybe the lightning round is all random accents we just have to go for, but I think maybe just the prepared, like, all right, you got these 5 accents, go.
Wow.
And all of us have to know the 5 accents and then give our rendition, and then we get judged by whoever is the judge.
I'm out already. There's no way.
I don't
Hello,
believe
Mike.
that.
Hello.
You have a remarkable range. The vast majority of the characters that you perform in either Under Dead Water or Mandible Judy have been phenomenal. I really thoroughly enjoyed
Well,
them.
thank you. I'm totally not. You're absolutely wrong about that, but thank you. But it's not really accents. It's more just character, just weirdness, and it's all
Fair.
based on people I knew. I can't just come out of the blue with something. I can't just somebody says to me, do I don't know, a North Dakota accent. Like I know Fargo, but like
We'll go
if
Fargo.
I
Oh, yeah?
it would end
Oh,
up
yeah?
sounding it ended up sounding like Russian or something. If I
Now
tried
you
to
have
do
to do it. Now you have to do it.
So absolutely wrong, Clayton. This is familiar territory for you, isn't it?
Being absolutely wrong, 100%. I'm so very frequently. I'm very comfortable in that realm.
Mike is on a run with like just shitting on Clayton. I don't know
What
what it is. On
I
the
don't know. It's just one of those things. I can't help it. My sarcasm gene just kind of went haywire this last month, and I think it's probably because of the holidays. That's what it is. It's not you,
Fine.
Clayton. It's the holidays. I hate the
Not
holidays.
you. It's not you. It's me.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Come on. Call back for the earlier listeners.
Can you do, Chris? Can you do the a general sort of Philadelphian South Jersey?
Well, I know
accent?
Glenn can. I mean, South Jersey, they can
I
tell.
haven't had enough wine to do that.
Yeah.
Give me
But
another
Chris, you
2
grew up-
glasses.
The weird thing is, it's
Chris,
almost
you grew up
English.
in
It-
that area,
yeah.
right?
I grew up in mid-central Jersey, but
Okay.
South Jersey was not unknown to me. And I remember the first time I heard someone from South Jersey talk to me, I was like, "Who is this strange British person?"
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of you kind of do this thing, I mean, I can't really get it. I don't know. I wish I
Well,
could
what
think
about
of the
where,
words.
like, the
to use.
strongest accent from near where you grew up?
Oh well, I mean, just Jersey,
I like Brooklyn.
No,
It's insane.
I'm going to the mall. I'm going down the shore. Going to the shore, and I'm going to go to the mall after the shore, and then I'm going to go back to the shore, and the mall at the shore.
Are you
and-
taking your car? Are you taking your car to the shore?
taking a car to the shore?
Well, that's, I mean,
yeah.
you've heard that's
You also
very
have to,
similar
like, chew
to
gum.
when I imitate my really strong example accent, which I think I've done before, of Philadelphian in general, and there's probably different Philadelphian accents, but would be, let's go downtown tonight. The weather's going to be beautiful. Oh, I want to go to the shore.
Oh,
you're
see,
going to the
it's sort
shore.
of
That's
British.
all right. Wait.
Yeah, that has.
So
Yeah.
you're right, but that's like mainline Philly. That's Philly with money.
Oh, no, that's not
There's-
funny. Are you kidding?
There is a much
Okay, first of all, I
much-
didn't know there was such a thing, but
there's a much
There's like a 6-block area.
yeah,
there's
Some
a
it's
much
cordoned up.
trashier. There's a much trashier Philly accent that I can't do.
This is
You
what
can't-
I'm
Because when
doing.
I was going to school, my mother would not let me. She would like fix every word, every syllable.
Out came the
It's like,
ruler.
do not say wooder in my house. It's
Well,
not
yeah,
made out
but
of wood.
what I'm doing is
And I
somebody
can't do
with-
that accent anymore.
The accent that I just did is not mainline to me. Is like, oh, I don't know about that. I'm a real blue blood, and we have to get the golden retriever downtown to the special vet.
So that's the right topic, but he's got to say it with that first accent.
The first
Yeah.
accent is somebody who has no self-awareness whatsoever. And can't be.
My people.
I mean, to have if you're going to
Also-
talk like this and you're going downtown to the shore
downtown,
and
yeah.
you need like $1,000, then
Yeah.
you can't. You
And-
don't know anything. You don't know shit. You don't know anything. What?
Yeah. I swear to God, I ran into this guy on a train going from Trenton, and I say Trenton now. I used to say Trenton because
Yeah, me
that's how
too,
people
me
in
too.
Trenton say Trenton.
Yeah.
But I was going from Trenton to Philly,
Uh-huh.
and I met someone with that exact accent. I was like, "Are you from like the UK? Like, where are you from?
Yes.
Like, what is this strange town?
There is a
So-
weird Mid-Atlantic thing that does want to be like the Mid-Atlantic, New England. They want to be from Britain. It just is a thing.
Yeah, but British accents all sound so much. I mean, what I just did sounded horrible. It
I mean,
sounds
compared to a British accent, sure.
I mean, it's what I just did is to me just the most revolting accent. I can't even believe I did that here for like public knowledge.
Amanda, we don't kink shame here. I'm just gonna put that out there. People who
Yeah, not at all.
They were like,
All
oh,
good.
oh.
I mean,
Wow.
I'm not going to admit to the fact that I grew up in Maine and I have not had a Maine accent since 1981.
You
I
don't,
think
you don't take
before-
the dinghy out. You ever
before you
take the dinghy out, Mike, to the breakers out? No, it's just
I'd like
Have
to
you
think
been
we're
playing
There was
talking
this-
about the Maine accent and wondering what is a Maine accent like.
A Maine accent
Yeah.
is almost Southern because down East Maine is Southern hick, just in New
Oh.
England.
it's
Okay.
true.
There's a joke that I have always told that it's a very Maine joke, and it's about a three-legged pig, and it's about this guy that I'm not going to tell the whole joke, but basically to get the idea of it, this guy is car breaks down, walks up the mile-long road to the farm, guy in the rocking chair, Martha, we got ourselves a visitor.
Yeah.
And just the whole thing, and the guy tells him the story about let me tell you something about that pig right there, he dropped me off in the backyard, and it's just the whole thing where it's a fast spoken but with a slur and this kind of, there's like a rasp to it, and it's not like everybody has the rasp, but it still
Yeah.
sounds like they do.
That's interesting.
You can't
Sorry,
get there
is this-
from
that's-
here.
Can't get that from here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you gotta drag out you gotta drag them out a little bit. Pepperidge Farm remembers.
I was just gonna say
Yeah.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Yep. That's all
I'm
it is. You
listening to
drag.
this.
Remembers.
And listening to discussions about Maine, I'm starting to realize that Maine and Florida, although completely geographically separated, have more
Oh,
in
yeah.
common than I ever realized.
I have
Oh, yeah.
lived in
Huh.
both. I lived the first 17 years of my life in Maine, and then went to Florida for 12 years.
Ugh.
And
Felt right
and
at
I lived
home.
I didn't just live in Florida. I
sorry.
lived in Florabama. I lived
Oh.
on the Panhandle, right
Yeah,
next to
I-
Alabama.
I've done
So,
my time there
Ugh.
in Pensacola.
Is there a Florida accent? And it's interesting
yes.
because I
Oh yeah, it's the Floribama accent's that really
Ah.
stupid Southern one that
just-
everybody.
you just-
Oh my
You
God!
just jam a lot of dip in your lip, and then you just
Yeah,
talk
you
like
got
that
it. Yeah,
the whole time.
that's it right there.
Your
That's
whole
the
front
one.
lip has got to be damn near paralyzed, and then you
Not to
talk
mention
just
the
like
what
fact
about
that if you-
Southern, like down
if-
Southern Florida?
Southern Florida is a lot more Miami. There's a lot more of the Hispanic
Yeah.
going on down there. But
Oh.
in general, like the South, the more north you go, the less prominent that accent becomes.
Yeah.
Well, that too, but that accent becomes like Georgian accent is like that, like the stupid Southern one,
That's what I mean.
but with a little bit, but a little bit more refined.
Clayton, basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
It's
pretty much, yeah,
100%. That's correct.
Like, y'all want some sweet tea?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's it. You
Well-
got it.
Well, hi y'all. How you doing?
Have you ever seen?
Yeah,
have you ever
he's got
seen, Errol Morris made a great, of everything he does is documentary, right? But it's really weird documentaries. I'm sure you guys have seen at least one Errol Morris film, right? Fog of War,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The Thin Blue
Yes.
Line. The
Yeah.
Thin Blue Line.
Mm.
Genius. Anyway, he made this early film called Vernon, Florida, and it's just like he had like 4 days to spend in Vernon, Florida, waiting for somebody to show up to meet them and go somewhere else. And he had time to kill, and he had a camera, so he just like interviewed locals, and he went out like duck hunting with this dude. It's like,
what?
you hear that? We're hunting turkeys today. Yeah, you hear that? Gobble gobble. You hear it? I hear gobble gobble. It's just, they're in like a
Yeah.
duck line waiting for turkeys to show up. They never show up.
Waiting for Godot.
See,
Yeah.
he needed to come to Georgia because you can literally drive down the damn road and smack into a
turkeys all
turkey.
over you.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
no,
That's like in Pennsylvania we call rats, or sorry, in Pennsylvania we call deer, rats with hooves.
Yeah.
They're the same thing. You can't
Yeah.
get rid of them.
Yeah, my sister's place in Pennsylvania used to have wild turkeys flying all over and walking and holding up traffic.
There's turkey
Stand
hunting.
in the
Yeah.
middle of the road, you know.
Yeah.
just stand.
Yeah.
And Chris, you know, like New York, Boston, a lot of the bigger cities, pigeons. They're rats with wings. There's
Oh, yeah.
so many of them. They're just every. I got cornered in Boston one time. I was up there and I bought a sandwich from Subway, and I made the mistake of opening that thing outside.
Oh no.
Oh my
And then
God!
you
Like
didn't have
they
a
just
sandwich.
no, it was there must have been thousands of
Sandwich,
them. They completely it was
hands,
amazing.
eyes.
Mm,
I mean,
yeah.
he was
I
ravaged.
I never hated an animal until I moved to San Diego, and now I have a burning, passionate hatred for seagulls.
Yeah.
Seagulls are
Yeah,
pretty bad.
closely
Yeah.
followed by San Diegans, but mostly seagulls. They are the
Yeah.
most disgusting.
They are disgusting.
They are
San
they are
Diego
the
suck,
worst.
I
too.
love them. I don't get
They
that.
do, but
I've been down to San
seagulls-
Diego one time, one day. That's all it took. I will never go back to San Diego. Those people suck. They're just
They do.
horrible fucking people. I can't even begin. I was so surprised.
What?
I thought
Who-
San Diego was going to be like
Who
super
hurt
cool.
you?
What
happened?
Okay, let's go one by one. What city do you hate, Clayton?
Yeah, Clayton, tell me.
And the people in it.
Phoenix can get fucked, or Scottsdale at the very least.
Oh my God, I live there.
Because, well, yes, you know, Scottsdale, and here's, I mean, ultimately the long and short of it is that Scottsdale wants to believe that it's L.A., right, and has L.A. money and so on, but it's like
Where?
L.A.
You ever
L.A.
wanna be
trailer.
LA?
No, but they do, because they want to be Valley in a big way, and a lot of them have the money to be Valley, but they're just trashy enough that you're like, that's not right.
I can absolutely vouch for that. Oh my God. Like after living there for 4 years, there was just like, there was one group of kids. There was like I'm not kidding, a set of triplets. They used to come. I worked at a gas station there for like 2 years.
Tell this
their
story already.
Well, no, this is a good one. Their parents, like their family invented the wire hanger. Okay, so they had money.
Okay.
They had money.
Hated those people.
Exactly. Nice one. So the 3 kids got hooked on Oxycontin, all 3 of them. And the parents told them when they were 16, said, look, if you guys can get your shit cleaned up and you can finish high school, we'll buy you a car, give you $100,000.
Damn.
Only one of them made it.
I believe it.
Like, and it was just, that's how the whole town was. Everybody had money, but nobody knew how to control themselves.
Well, Chris, it was like I was saying. There's
a statistic: wealth only lasts 3 generations or something like that. Because of dumb shit like that.
Unless you're.
You know what city I
royalty.
hate? You know what city?
Go ahead. Yeah, I want to know what
Yeah,
yours is.
I can't stand fucking
New York.
Columbus, Ohio.
Columbus.
And
Oh.
Columbus, Ohio.
Who hurt you?
I have never been to Columbus, Ohio, and I want to know where they get the nerve to be Columbus, Ohio, because I've never been there. I hate
See,
them.
we have legit. Come on, you gotta come on. You gotta have a legit one that you've been there and they fucked you up.
no legit hatred towards any city.
Wow.
However, except for
New York's all right if you like saxophones.
New York is actually still pretty good. and
I like
wanna
New
leave it.
York.
I want to get out of it, but it's only
like
because
New
I've been
York.
here for way too fucking long.
Yep.
Are you thinking of moving somewhere, Chris?
I've been wanting to move for a while. It just, it's expensive.
Slum it up in Philly.
I could slum it up in Philly. That's
Or you could actually be in the valley.
You
So
could be in the Valley.
Philly is like halfway to Baltimore in my mind. And Baltimore is basically like giving up on life.
Oh my God!
I'll drink to that.
That's awesome.
Philly it's funny because my daughter lived in Baltimore forever and loved it, and I know other people who live in Baltimore and love it, and it sounds like a great time, but to me it's like
Meanwhile, other people talk about it like leaving New York in the fucking the film.
Well,
Yeah,
Philadelphia is really, really happening now, actually.
Is it, Glenn?
But
I don't know. I
I
don't
like
live there
Philadelphia.
anymore.
I like Philadelphia. Philadelphia is it's a neat,
So
it's a neat
I'll
city.
say this: when I went back to Philly, when the time where you came down to meet me, like
Yeah.
you and the New York guys, the whole city seemed like it was under construction. I couldn't believe it. There was like more
It's
scaffolding than there was buildings.
Still like
I
that.
hate that. I hate that about New York. About New
Oh,
York City,
Yeah.
though.
All the streets are like that now. They've just got everything ripped up, and you're like giant fuck off sewer grate manhole thing amongst just that. You know the I don't even know how the hell they do it, but like the really texturized, completely fucked up pavement, right? They've gone and they've
Oh,
carved
you
up.
mean for the blind, you heartless bastard?
No, not for the blind. I mean, like they're getting ready to resurface a road, and they
yeah.
they
I know
carve,
what you
and it's
mean.
this
Okay.
very specific textured
The
thing
people who walk.
for the people who walk. That's right, blindy. Fuck you.
So look, I hate to break up this party, but it's 10 o'clock. I mean, do we want to do Judy
We
audio?
do. Now that we've offended
We have all
literally
drank
everyone.
just the right amount tonight.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I was just gonna try and find a compliment for Clayton because I started to feel bad. Everybody's been just beating the shit out of you, man.
No,
God
no,
damn.
that's my life. I've
He
got thick
attacked the
skin.
blind.
I know. That's.
Did. Maybe if they were sighted, they would see better.
Right.
Wow.
That's just that good. It's just that.
Yeah. Have you tried not being poor?
Yeah.
No.
Just
Yes.
I did.
Not
I
again.
couldn't do it.
Yeah, me neither. Man, I ran out.
We got too
Yeah,
real,
right now.
guys. It's
So
too
wait,
real.
I'm curious. What are you trying to propose, Chris?
that we move on
Starting the
with
show.
something else, and then we come back to our insane banter about things.
The poor and the blind.
Yeah.
Well,
The
or-
I missed the
horrible
the
thing.
beginning of this whole shindig, so I'm kind of what
Horrible.
is the
Horrible.
what are we trying to do?
Mike is like, wait, there's a
knows?
plan? Like,
Yeah,
when is
I
there a
just stopped
plan?
in. I'm like, I figured
be
you were
back in
just
a
kind of
second.
free forming it over here.
We are very much freeforming it.
Right. I mean, he's got the wine bottle. Clayton's over there. Definitely got the whiskey going. I mean, there's no way this has got a plan.
No. The plan was, and I think we may very well abandon it at this point. I don't know. No, we will not abandon it. The plan
There
was
shall be no abandonment.
the Judy Audio Wiki. We're going to play the next two entries in the Judy Audio Wiki, which I don't know if you were here for the last ones, Mike. You
Nope.
weren't. Okay, so the Judy Audio Wiki, I said it right 3 times in a row.
Wow.
You're gonna fuck it up this next time.
We've all been saying Judio Audio Wiki for
The
some reason.
Judia Audio Wiki. I must say
it's-
them always Austrian accent. I have to do it.
Yeah, it's in an Austrian accent.
Try
I
it
cannot
in
do-
Japanese
That's what
accent.
I'm saying. So on call, I can't do accents. The Judy Audio Wiki is
Judy
a
Audio
is
Wiki.
a glossary of all things Mandible Judy done in short audio bites, illustrated by clips from the show and music.
Gotcha.
So,
Illustrated?
Yeah, well, illustrated sonically.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say you got an illustrator now. Damn.
Or
doing it.
related.
Whiteboard that shit right here in Discord.
That'd be
Yeah,
great.
man.
Yeah. So there's 2 of those. We already played 2 that were voiced by Adam. We've got 2 tonight that are voiced by Tamara Yadao, who is, as you guys know, Corset Lore, and she's also Petra and Judy herself. She plays Judy herself. It's a well-kept secret that she is the voice of Judy. Pitched down a bit, but depending on how big, as Judy got bigger, pitched down further and further. But anyway, we have 2 of those. They're very short. And then I was going to perform something because we originally were going to do a Judy Talk segment with Jonovan, and things didn't go well for him this week. I don't want to get into it,
fair.
but yeah, it's been rough. And I really mean rough, actually. So we're gonna put that off for another 2 weeks to the next stream. But we're gonna do Judy Audio Wiki tonight, and we're gonna have and when I say a performance from me, I mean a 6-minute performance. So it's not like
I'm not a
much of a-
stranger to 6-minute performances, Chris.
yeah, baby.
Wow.
On a good night.
Wow.
I would have thought you would have gone with the shorter performance, but
Let's
yeah,
have a
okay.
good night. Come on, man. God damn it. All right. Well, all right. So with that in
What order do
mind,
you want to do things?
With
you,
that
you
in
tell
mind,
me what order. What
we're
order we're gonna do.
I say we go I say we open the jaw.
Yeah. Okay.
So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead. For those of you who are on Discord, little making the sausage there. You now know what we use. I want you to tune in to twitch.tv/Mandible Judy so you can listen to these. For those of you who are on Twitch, consider yourselves lucky. You can just sit there and enjoy. Heavy breathing by Chris. Thank you. Them. Yeah, they have book lungs, Chris. They don't make heavy petting noises.
That was just me. I mean, it was just had nothing to do with the ant.
Fair enough. You're just excited about the ants. Good. He likes insects. It's cool. Yeah. All right.
There's porn for that.
Oh God. Nope. Don't do it. Here is the Judy Audio Wiki, File 3.
You are listening to the Judy Audio Wiki. Entry number 3, The Cult of the Blue Frog. Anecdotal evidence dates the appearance of the first Mudscoggin blue frog to sometime in the 1970s. Seemingly a mutation of the North American green frog, they are an unearthly shade of blue and grow considerably larger than any of the common species. The frogs have been linked to a phenomenon resembling mass hypnosis occurring in residents of the town.
I need the frogs. No one is going to take away your frogs.
Sometime in 1987, local fishermen took an uncommon interest in the frogs. Some were seen carrying specimens around the town of Mudscoggin.
Are those frogs?
Of course they're frogs. What do they look like?
Within a month or so, a small group of locals began assembling in public, their belligerent, cultish behavior earning them the name, the Cult of the Blue Frog.
I said they've got frogs.
We aren't interested, okay?
Get that thing out of my face, you psycho!
They were known to harass passersby and sometimes chanted what seemed to be nonsense words.
All right, you folks need to move along now.
Claims that this behavior was linked to the rocks from Mudscoggin Marsh, which the cult often carried with them, were laughed off by the police. But several people who had known Judy Caterbeck, including a geologist and an audiologist, said that they had witnessed these effects firsthand.
The very unusual sonic properties of the rocks at Mudscoggin Marsh may have had a profound effect on the frogs and on humans.
Several arrests of cult members were made following a violent outburst outside a daycare center on November 4th, 1987.
That's that damn cult.
My God, they're everywhere!
The cult's impact was felt nationally when several members appeared in the audience of a live broadcast of the game show Brain Teaser on October 27th of that year. Several audience members were seen holding the rocks from Mudscoggin Marsh. The host, Alex Canby, terrified his audience when he suddenly began speaking in a strange voice.
Now I know you are listening, Mother. I am here waiting for you.
His words were heard live by the television audience across the United States.
So that was File 3 of the Jaw. Entering into File 4.
You are listening to the Judy Audio Wiki. Entry number 4, The Brain Teaser Incident. On October 27th, 1987, the live nationally broadcast game show Brain Teaser was interrupted when the host Alex Canby began speaking in what sounded like the raspy voice of a child.
Now I know you are listening, Mother.
He addressed the camera directly with his eyes bulging wide.
I am here waiting for you. More will have to die, Mother.
Canby's strange behavior has since been blamed on exhaustion from a demanding schedule, but sources say that he seemed to be responding to the actions of several audience members. Experts who have reviewed the footage say a man can be seen briefly pulling from his jacket what looks like a rock. Moments later, a shearing sound is heard on the tape. 1 month later, in an interview broadcast on WQZR radio, an unnamed crew member claims to have seen the events up close.
I can tell you what that man had in his pocket. He had a rock, like a geode or something.
Ex-wrestler turned radio producer Jerry Rivers centered several segments of his show on the reclusive television host. But the incident remains a mystery.
Thus concludes episode 4 of The Jaw.
And we're back.
And how? I think that said, it's a good opportunity now to jump straight into, I think, your microperformance. So you've composed a bunch more music for season 2. It's been kind of a pleasure of mine to be able to go through and get to hear it early, which is really cool. So now you're going to do a live performance, yeah?
Well, a semi-live performance. A partially live performance. Yeah, this is, I guess it's going to be like a medley. It's very short. It's a micro performance. Hey, man. You know, micro music, micro performance.
Sure.
So, yeah, it's a medley of 3 of the main themes to Mandible to Under Dead Water. Sorry, season 2, and I just kind of like, didn't want to belabor them too long. I probably could have built them out into something much longer and much more involved, and I guess I will eventually. But it's funny how this whole process has been very modular for me. I think for you too, like where we're like, what needs to be done right now? Okay,
right.
We're going to do this thing, we're going to write the episode. Okay, now what needs to be done? Okay, record the, and it's like, okay, what music do we need for this moment in this episode?
Yeah.
This is okay. Right. Export, and there's the music. And so nothing really gets developed until towards the end of the season, where I've written 5 or 6 iterations of each theme, because of things happening in the season. So it's kind of funny how, like, when early in the season, we have these themes that are barely touched upon, like they're just a melody, or just a couple of things and a mood or a vibe. So I think that's what we're gonna. Now that I've talked about it longer than the actual performance is going to be, yeah. So all right, so I've got to set the scene though here. I've got to
play on, maestro.
All right, my candles have died down a bit, so it's a little harder for you guys to see me. Anyway, I can see fine. I don't know. You can kind of see my dude back there a little bit better now. You see him?
Yeah, it's a kabuki. Is he actually kabuki?
No, he's actually a Mexican. He's from Oaxaca. I bought that mask in Oaxaca.
Very cool.
It's a Mexican kind of devil creature. I've got another one that's like a jaguar man, which is awesome. Half of his face is a jaguar and half of his face is a man. I'll show you that when we're done.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so without further ado, let's kick this sucker off. Get things rolling here. Hey.
Salute.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, it was great.
Thanks.
I fucking love that industrial that comes in there in the end there.
Yeah.
It is a good add-on.
It appeals to every little part of my. Yeah, oh, it's wonderful.
I feel like I want to stay in the dark all night now. This is awesome. I mean, I don't know what it looks like to you guys, but it's
looks fine.
What looks really good is that face glowing behind you.
Yeah.
the
Stay in the
altar.
dark for the rest of the night. You mean like go to bed?
No, just be in the dark.
Okay.
I've been in the dark for so long.
Just kind of like, unaware of the world around me, just the usual.
One of these days I'll run the stream from inside the booth. And we'll all do a dark theme. But I would have to like relocate all this stuff, and that would be a giant pain in the ass.
It'd be fun.
Might be worth it.
Yeah.
Chris, what kind of keyboard are you using there?
This is an Akai MPD-18. It's like just a MIDI controller. It's like a. You can see that. It's a bunch of pads. I just don't like keyboards. I don't really like keyboards. I don't know what it is. I've got this thing about keys. They're very linear. This is also linear, but there's something about the matrix format that gets me interested. Because I have to work, because you've only got 16 pads, right? So like if you've got a melody that part of it's way the hell down there on the last note, and your highest note is above where the 16th note would be, you've got to hit the a little button here that goes to the next octave and play, and then go switch back, and it's a bit of a challenge. I
got to get you to teach me how to use mine. I don't have a 16 pad. I have the MPD Mini.
Oh, nice. Yeah, right.
I haven't utilized it.
That's
bought
like
it.
8 pads? Wait, it's like 8 linear pads
Yeah,
across?
it's 8 linear pads.
Right.
2 banks, so you can go an A and a B bank. But
cool.
I bought it for $100 with the full intention of using it for Garfield's Crossing, and then never did. And the only people, my children have used it more than I have.
Oh,
they
wow,
know how to work Pro Tools more than I do.
Wow, very cool.
But this
functions.
pad though, I mean, a lot of people who play piano or synthesizers, they would have no idea what to do with what you're using here.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think a decent number of people in electronic music would definitely know.
Oh, okay.
But controllers have been a thing for a while. Like I mean, and you can get all kinds of controllers, like. Especially if you're working in something like Ableton Live, which is really common for electronic musicians. You're not really playing notes half the time. You're just kind of triggering samples, and it doesn't really matter what note it is. Like you can assign it to whatever pad you want. So, and that's why I like it, because I don't think. I never learned how to play piano. I can play a little bit, but I never really learned how to play it properly. So I like to assign my pads to whatever makes sense to me for that song, and I find that I remember it better if I do that.
But you read, I assume you read music and
not really. I don't really read music. I mean,
okay.
A little bit. I mean, I could, if I look at a staff, I can tell basically what a melody is doing or something, but I'm just kind of, I don't really.
Chris, do you compose from scratch on the MPD, or do you just use it for live?
All right, so this is, you want to go one step further in weirdness from
abstraction,
using a pad controller for performing. When I write music, I literally draw it in with the pencil tool. I draw notes into a freaking graphic editor. So I don't I don't even play it like on any instrument at all. I literally just draw the notes in and say, okay, this is the note I want, and then that note, and I'm gonna, okay, that's wrong, I'm gonna change it to this interval. I just grab it and slide it.
If you want to feel better about yourself, then that's how Deadmau5 does it. So
go Deadmau5. He knows what I'm talking about.
He's like, I don't know how to play any instrument, but I can work the shit out of a DAW.
Yeah, yeah, right, exactly. I'm like Deader Mouse. Totally dead mouse.
He's more like Skrillex Mouse.
I'm deceased mouse.
Deflator mouse.
Wow.
Mouse,
That's
Yeah.
bat in
Yeah.
German. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
So on your Akai there, can you assign those pads to different functions as well? Because I know some of the tools you'll have the ability to like set a loop up or
Yeah.
go
Depends on
through
the DAW. Depends on when we say, all right, so we're using this word DAW pretty consistently here, but a lot of people probably don't know what it means. It means, digital audio workstation. So,
Wait, that's
it's
what that means? I
Yeah.
always
Shut
thought
up.
it was.
Yeah.
I always thought it was like. I can't.
Shut up.
I always thought it was like Snoop Dogg, right? Like, what's up, Daw?
Yeah.
Oh my
yo,
God.
dog, without the
It's
G.
just- it's just-
Dog. Yeah, so a digital audio workstation, that would be like, anything from, Ableton Live, Reason, Logic, Pro Tools. They're all DAWs, right? But they all do different things. Like some of them are for music composition and some of them are more for like audio post or editing or whatever, mixing. But you can basically, all of them have some functions that you can assign pad to. You can assign a controller to. Because they all take some kind of MIDI input. Do we have to define that too? Should I define that?
No.
I don't actually know.
Leave that one alone.
What MIDI is? Music input.
Digital interface.
Digital interface.
Musical instrument. Digital interface.
They'll Google if they want to know.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's right. MIDI. Anyway, it's been with us since the 80s. And I was there at the beginning when the latencies were even worse than they are now. So you'd hit a note and you'd wait for it to show up eventually.
God, that's got to be terrifying.
It was.
Yeah.
Oh my.
That was also when that was also when the keytar, the guitar that was a keyboard, that thing, right about the same time. So it shows you how solid our thinking was.
Yeah.
Where we were on the sanity scale there.
Sure.
Invented MIDI and the keytar. Oh, and parachute pants. Don't forget those.
Parachute pants.
Which had a reprisal in the 90s and 2000s.
Without even people who want a parachute, just
the
pants.
I did want a parachute at the time and had pants that were gigantic and you could have multiple homeless people living in Arizona, no less. Black pants made of synthetic and or real heavy denim with a fuckload of totally superfluous zippers. Not a great idea in 120 degrees.
Whenever you tell me about Arizona, I just picture you as Jesse from Breaking Bad, Yo, bitch!
Wasn't far off.
I picture more of the what was this saving Arizona, taking care of Arizona.
Hold on.
I can't think of the name of that movie now.
Raising Arizona.
Raising Arizona. That's what I picture as.
Coen Brothers.
Dinner ready?
You carry on.
Dinner is ready, gentlemen. I'm gonna go eat dinner.
Well, have a
My dinner is also
my friend.
ready.
All right.
You as well have happy dinner.
We're losing two ago.
I'll just be lurking. I'll chime in eventually every now and again. I'm just gonna take my camera off so you don't watch me shoving chicken breast after chicken breast into my face.
Glenn, mukbang.
Excuse me?
Mukbang.
No.
Mukbang.
Are you gonna pay me for it?
No.
This is why you get the abuse. This is it right here.
For those of you who
asked
don't,
for it, man.
I did. For those of you who don't know, mukbang is a thing on typically Korean streams wherein they'll just order a fuckload of food and then just eat.
Okay, didn't know.
To a gluttonous end.
Is this another grandpa moment where I don't know something because I'm not?
Hey,
you are not missing anything in this one.
You're not. Yeah, I only learned the term 2 months ago.
Okay.
Wherein someone accused me of mukbanging while I was trying to eat
that sounds wrong.
It sounds violent.
Put that out there.
Yeah, because I'm hearing an F instead of a CK.
No,
it's muck.
Muck.
It's muck.
Muck.
Yeah, see? He heard it too.
I was also hearing an F.
I think
I was hearing two Fs in
no,
front.
there's no Fs.
Yeah.
No, that's not. No, I think it's actually.
See, that's why.
I think it's actually a Korean term, mukbang. I think it has to do with the food. I may be full of shit and just am stupid white boying.
Now it sounds much more Korean to me.
Yeah.
Now that I know. What
And
letter-
now I have a better understanding of Clayton.
Yeah. Yeah.
Guys, it's okay. It's Korean.
You know what a frog says in Korean? What's the sound?
I am terrified of the
I want
answer.
you guys each to tell me what you think a frog sound would sound like in Korean. You know how like we say ribbit, right? What do you think Koreans say?
I know what it is in Japanese.
Okay. What's it in Japanese?
Kero kero.
Oh, very close. Okay.
Yeah?
In Korean, apparently, it's kegeru, kegeru.
Oh, that's better. I like that one. That has a
Not
much
sound like
nicer
a frog
rhythm.
to me. Yeah, but it doesn't sound like a frog at all.
I mean, not so much.
I guess they have,
but
Maybe Japanese frogs sound like that. Who knows? I mean,
Get
I've
up.
never been there.
That's a part of it.
Well, and
Either
it's
way,
interesting
Chris, you're
because
going to do it in 2 more weeks. You're going to have.
stream is every 2 weeks.
the other.
Okay, so in 2 more weeks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then I will see you then.
In Japanese, kero is for frog. So it's also true of bugs. You know what bug is in Japanese?
This.
You know what?
That true.
You know what?
Anto. No. Do you know what bug is in Japanese?
Oh, what?
Mushi mushi, because you mushy a bug.
Oh, yeah.
Mushi,
That's also hello.
No, that's moshi moshi. Moshi moshi.
Yeah.
Oh, moshi, not
Moshi.
mushi.
Mushi mushi.
Okay.
Mushi mushi.
Yeah.
Moshi moshi.
How about idiot? You know what idiot is in
Baka.
Japanese? Baka. And shut up.
Which is cow in, you know.
I thought it was trompo.
Trompo?
Yeah.
You know how to say
In
shut up in Japanese?
Trompo.
Oh.
Oh my God.
I'm going to get my dinner. I'll see you in a minute.
All right.
Oh,
Sayonara.
that caught me off guard in a good way. Thank you
Well
very
done.
much for that, Chris.
So now
Urasai, baka.
Now that Glenn is gone, let's talk about him. So,
That
yeah, I'm a
fucking-
little worried,
that
you know, to be
fucking guy.
honest. You know.
No.
Oh, bye, Mike. Mike
Bye,
went.
Mike. He said, "Shut up, idiot," and then left.
Oh, okay.
Makes us sad. Amanda, thank you for putting up with our idiocy. For that matter, Twitch, thank you for putting up with our idiocy.
Amanda's gone. She's like,
No, I'm here.
I've had enough.
I've had my fill here.
The boys' club over here.
Can't listen to you idiots anymore.
Yeah. Oh, so that's Scottish. All right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So Clayton played an Irishman in the last episode of Under Dead Water.
Oh, he did.
An Irish sailor, and we were like, sounds really pretty good. And then, at least I was saying that. I don't know how you felt about it, Clayton. And then
I'm a fan of my Irish.
I'm a fan of my Irish. So
like
my
it very
friend
much.
Brendan, who wrote the concertina music for the episode, listened to the episode and did without any prodding at all. It was like, that's actually pretty damn. What did he say? It's a salt rimmed man of believable Hibernian origin or something like that.
Great,
I had a stupid grin on my face. It was one of those. It was like I can't. Oh, it's thank you much. It was a glow. I was glowing.
Yeah. Brendan is a good dude, but he's also honest, and he doesn't. He wouldn't pull his punches with me. Like, dude, just
Me
get that
pod
guy.
clipped me in the ear for that.
Yeah, right. He did say that. Yeah, he advised us to take the word begorra out of the episode.
Begorra.
He said, no, yeah, begorra. No self-respecting Irishman that would actually say that anymore.
Me grandpa is cremated, and it wouldn't stop him from coming up and clip me in the ear.
That's what he said. That's excellent.
It's like, wow, that's a that's a strong feeling.
It's a strong feeling. He's a good man. So I know Brendan through Chiptune. He's his Chiptune moniker is Echo Level, and he's done a bunch of music on vintage game consoles, and he's quite talented. Not to mention his, various acoustic, you know, recordings as well. Acoustic guitar, violin,
Concertina.
The guy plays everything. So one of those people.
You almost want to hate him. You're like, God damn it! How are you so fucking talented? And then also have an accent that people melt over. You bastard.
Yeah. Yeah. His feed is quite funny. He's kind of like the Irish Louis C.K.
Oh yeah.
Bitching about his family the whole time.
And so he moved to New York.
No, he didn't. He's visited here once or twice, but I've only met him in the flesh once, actually. Come to think of it, it was like probably 2008. I want to say 2009, 2009.
Oh, okay.
But I've known him online for quite a while, and we stayed in touch. And I just love checking into his feed on Facebook because he'll post videos of himself, learning some new piece of traditional music. He does game sound. He does film on location recording.
Nice.
So it's everything sound related pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm just so happy that we got to pull him in on this season because he lent it an air of authenticity for sure. The whole concertina thing. He's just like, oh no, this one. I think I remember I said something like, I figure concertina. I did a little bit of research, and when I say a little bit of research, I mean a little bit of research. I spent about 10 minutes. What instrument would you find on a whaling ship in the 1800s, right? Okay, concertinas are pretty common, right? So he said, he answered with literally 7 paragraphs in Facebook Messenger about the history of the concertina, and it was invented in this year, and therefore it'd be okay. You could, and it was affordable. Even went so far as to find out whether it was affordable by the average seaman, to bring onto the ship.
Nice.
So, yeah, interesting.
Otherwise, it was just whale bones. Whale bones for everything.
That's right. Yeah. It's called Jesus. What's it called? The Art of Carving Whale Bones. It's called
Scrimshaw.
Scrimshaw. Thank you.
Which, if you haven't gotten the damn book yet, you need to.
Which one?
China Melville.
Oh yeah. Is it in there?
There's a whole piece on Scrimshaw that is utterly haunting. It's wonderful.
Very cool.
Oh, it's wow. For those of you who are in Twitch, you do not get to enjoy this, but I'm about to send across to everyone in Discord. You were talking about me being the younger, or all of my Arizona days being what's his butt from Breaking Bad, Jesse, I think, right?
Yes, Jesse.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you one of the few pictures that actually lives out there in Facebook land. Of me. I think this is right after I had first dyed my hair. You can tell how well that went. No, I kid. Right after I first dyed my hair for the first time. Not to be redundant. It's informative, this image.
All right. Okay. So this is in public broadcast text chat.
It shall be. Actually, I lied. I'm gonna make this. Yeah, we'll put it out there for everybody because I have to switch over to public broadcast anyway. So, those of you who are now in here, first of all, judge ye not, yesly be judged, or something like that.
I'm not pushing you, man. Just do what you want.
I'm an attention whore. Out it goes. Here we go.
Do it.
Hertez, complete with the shirt from Spencer's.
Oh wow!
Awesome. Gotta love that. There we go. Send.
Oh my God!
There you are, folks. I was 16.
Holy Christ!
Yep.
Wow, dude, that's amazing.
Please feel free to stare, point, whisper, and ask questions.
You look like you're in Good Charlotte or something. I mean, in a good way, in a Charlotte way. Wow. Please feel free to stare,
point, whisper.
Point, whisper.
I was gonna say this is Clayton's Blink 182 phase.
Yeah. Yep.
Seriously.
What you can't see very well in the photo is in my what is it, my left ear, I've got 2 earrings, both of which I made.
Excellent.
So that's a whole other thing. God, and you look at my arms, I'm like, I was very thin. I was remarkably thin.
You were very thin. You're still pretty thin. Just
I
saying.
mean,
I mean, well,
you're
you're built now, but you're not that
the
thin.
scale.
Yeah, that's amazing. What is that thing? Is that a rave necklace? Is that
Oh
what that is?
my! There was a lot of yes, and what you can't see in the frame were giant. I mean, like pants whose pant leg was about the width of my shoulders.
Beautiful.
They were huge. They were like 34-inch.
Mm.
And I'm not talking about circumference. I'm talking about just like across the edge, right? Diameter.
Yeah.
Pant legs. They were absurd.
Wow.
Ugh.
That's fantastic. Wow.
So not quite Breaking Bad, but not so far that you wouldn't notice.
No, well, I don't feel like you look quite as hard up as Jesse might have been, to be hanging out in the shooting gallery and
that was
yeah.
That phase would have come a couple of years later when I was living in a converted hotel.
Yeah.
And my friend and I had become the bizarre de facto protectors of the place. And at the same time, I was also... I did tell you the story.
Yeah.
At the same time, I was also donating plasma every 2 weeks just to pay rent.
That's unbelievable. You could pay rent with blood? Holy crap.
No, not blood. You can't donate blood. Or see, you can't get paid for blood. You can get paid for plasma.
Oh, okay.
An important distinction. Don't go murdering people and selling their blood.
Oh, I got
Just murder them and sell their plasma.
I see.
From your veins.
Good to know.
That's amazing. You
very
can pay your rent off of plasma?
Yeah. I used to make $400.
Rent.
Yeah, dude. I used to make $400 a month on plasma alone.
Wow. I'm in the wrong profession.
Yeah,
I know,
seriously, man. I know.
Right?
What am I doing wrong here?
And so me and my buddy, each of us making $400 a month, we paid for that and bought groceries and our cans of our big old cartons of top loose tobacco.
Yeah. And you didn't die.
I didn't die. It's a miracle. My wife has seen pictures, and they no longer exist. I don't know where the hell these pictures went, but she's seen pictures of me from back then, and goes, "You look like you had cancer."
Yeah, I know.
Not well.
Right. So what did you have to have a specific diet to get to build the plasma back up again so you could sell it?
At the time, it was at various points matzo crackers and mustard. Because that was all we could afford.
Apparently, that's all you need. Yeah.
Holy shit! Trust me, the body will replenish itself.
Yeah, the human body is an amazing thing.
Yeah,
you are
often at its own expense.
God damn.
Mandible Judy and Damien L does not advocate selling your body for science to live.
Wait, why not? Wait,
I mean,
hang on.
Well, I probably shouldn't speak for you.
Here. Let's consider all options. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a different time. Different time, lots of stories, many of which shall not be shared.
No.
Next episode on Mandible Judy.
Right.
Glenn has some stories that should not be shared, but he probably would anyway. I'm guessing.
Well, we got mystery pizza from Glenn. That was cool.
That's true. Mystery pizza is awesome. Secret pizza, mystery pizza, yeah.
Yeah.
So the G-rated I don't have any money story is when I was in college, I used to make something called the Sriracha Special, which is where you just make a big fucking pot of rice, pour sriracha in it, because the rice, the starch of the rice fills your stomach.
Yeah.
And the sriracha, the heat of the capsaicin kills your appetite.
Right.
Yeah.
So I I really didn't have a very high nutritional value for many, many months on end.
Yeah.
That's
I
no
also
bueno.
became a master at going to the cafeteria with cargo pants and just loading up. I stole so much food from that cafeteria. For what I was paying for tuition,
Yeah.
fuck them.
Yeah.
You were like my in-law, my grandmother-in-law, who would, of course, at one point in time, just have baggies and stuff her baggies full of food from the.
It did get to a point that I did that.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember how I did it, but there was even a point where I snuck out liquids.
Oh God!
I was good. I was real good at what I did.
It's like Ocean's 11, but not. It's a food game.
Fruit punch is good.
Especially when all you have is rice and sriracha in your stomach. Yeah. Gotta get that sugar, man. Gotta get that sugar. Holy moly. Dare I even put you on the altar of, the public here, but Amanda, any insane but G-rated, oh, I did a bad thing when I was younger?
I can't think of anything right now.
It's probably for the best. It probably means you led a healthy and productive life where we were degenerates. Yeah, man, teenage boys are idiots, and we make poor choices. Let it never be said that it's not a miracle any of us made it to adulthood. Yeah. Fun stories, though. Lots and lots of fun stories. Many of which I shall never tell my children. Until they have kids, and then I'll tell them, be like, so, you need to watch out for this thing. And they'll be like, Dad, I did that like when I was such and such. No, don't tell me that. Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, children. All right. Well, so we're looking at, let's see. We've got episode 4 coming out next week, I think.
Good,
Is that right? Yeah, it is, because we just had episode 3 come out. We got episode 4 coming out next week. And then the week thereafter, we will do stream again. And I believe we're going to have Judy talk. If I'm correct, we'll have Judy talk on that, where we're going to have a friend of the show's come on and talk about their own. Brandon says, from Twitch chat, says, testosterone can often be the enemy of self-preservation. Never were truer words said. So yeah, next week we'll have episode 4, and then we have Judy talking about episode 4 a little bit, and some speculation about what might come in the future, and some thoughts on the show. So for those of you who are initiates of the show and lovers of the show, you should absolutely tune in and get your speculation on. Twitch chat is obviously open for all the speculation in the world, and you should join in and add in your thoughts.
Speculate.
And how. But otherwise, any other thoughts, guys, gals, etc.?
Testosterone can often be the enemy of self-preservation.
Yeah.
It's something in the Twitch chat at the moment from El Duque. Hello, El Duque. How are you? How are you, sir?
El Duque, who is another actor on the show, actually, believe it or not.
Yes, he is. Marbury. He's about to dive in headlong into the deep to save someone.
Skadoosh. Which I'm having to learn some new techniques on sound design for. That's kind of fun. That's always fun.
We really have to do a video, Clayton, of you making Foleying, because
oh god, no, come on, I don't need to.
I mean, just if it's good enough for your wife to laugh at you, I think that's probably pretty good. So
she laughs at everything I do, though. Not often with me, usually at me. Right. There's a lot of you idiot. That was a lot of episode 2 was Foley that my wife was like, please do that again. Please, please tell me you screwed up that take so I can record that because it has to happen.
Wow.
Oh Lord, Brandon, please hydrate. Recovering from experimental cocktails. Avoid the chemicals, man.
He volunteers to film you doing
Great. Thanks, buddy. Love you. That works both ways. Thank you very much, sir.
If I lived down there, I'd literally be outside your window with a camera just waiting.
I'm sure. I'd be like, Chris, you gotta go home, buddy. It's late. No, you're laughing anytime I'm recording.
I know. As soon as I leave, you're gonna fucking do it, and I'm gonna miss it.
All right.
Pretty silliness.
Well,
pretty silliness.
That's. I think we're at the end. Anything else we've got here in the stream?
Anything pressing needs? Glenn, you have no pressing needs, really? Okay.
Needs, they're just not pressing.
I don't know. Glenn looks like he's got. Oh no, something happened.
There he is.
Oh no, my Discord.
Looks like you have pressing needs.
I do. My Discord just ate shit.
Wow.
Oops.
Go Discord.
We're back. Sorry, folks.
It's all good.
Apologize about that. Discord was like, and it went away.
Yeah.
So let me turn the camera back on. There we go. No, but we're here.
We
every other week.
we need to get Brandon back in next week at the very least. I mean, I told him there was an open invitation. He should just jump in whenever he wants to. But
yep, Brandon.
But yeah, Brandon, jump in, please. We're not now because we're about to leave. We're about to end the stream, but in 2 weeks. Okay. And that, I suppose, is it.
That's it. Please tune in next week. If you haven't already subscribed, go out to all of your streaming platforms, subscribe and favorite it everywhere. Write our reviews that are positive, and if not, go to hell because don't do negative ones. They're terrible. We love you all, and show up in 2 weeks here on Twitch, and we'll see you there.
Okay, good night.
Good night.
And, bye, Glenn. Bye, Clayton. Thanks.
Good night, Moon.
Good night, Moon.